this will probably be my last lazy video, Ed, at least for now. But welcome back to another What If video. Today, I'll be doing What If Metal Cooler turned good. Now, before you say anything, you may say that, oh, you cannot turn Metal Cooler good because Cooler is like Frieza, and one of Frieza clan will never turn good. That is true. Well, I feel like Metal Cooler could be exception. You might think it's impossible, but I think it is possible. And but first, let's show you how this would have could happen in the first place. Yes, we mean that Cooler might be canon, and we're gonna take this place at the Cooler movie. But to be honest, I watched a movie before. We don't really know where this movie takes place. I'm assuming it takes place around before the Android Saga or after the Android Saga. Or probably around, because really when Goku arrives on Namek, Gohan was still a kid. Vegeta gets Super Saiyan somehow, and really he was just show it off for the first time on the Android Saga, and I don't think they did mention them. So we're gonna chase the movie. Instead, we're gonna say that this does happen before the Android Saga, when everyone's training at the Android Saga, getting ready for the Androids to arrive. The whole movie plot's the same, except that Vegeta doesn't have Super Saiyan, and Cooler gets defeated as normal. But one thing changed is for sure, and that is instead of Vegeta fighting the big spaghetti guards card or brain, whatever it is, instead of him fighting it, it was Krillin. Krillin's gonna about to destroy it, but he thinks about it. Maybe Bulma could do something about it. So he decides he's gonna take it with him. Hopefully his brain doesn't absorb any metal when they arrive. Everyone managed to go back to Earth, which Krillin gives it the card to Bulma, explaining to her everything that happened on Namek, which she is shocked that maybe she could do something about this herself, although it may take her a while as she thought it would be. So right now, the whole thing will start out the same. Eventually everyone arrives to the location where the android is supposed to be at. Future Bulma still have, well, baby Trunks, and she explains to everyone that she's able to fix the big spaghetti guard's code or brain into a capsule corp, so that way it'll become a huge massive security system. And with this big spaghetti guard, it's able to create robots that they fight before, so she's able to bring the robots with them, at least 5 or 2, but we're gonna say it's gonna be 5. So everyone's surprised that Bulma was able to do something like that. She said that she's able to find Cooler's left DNA inside a big spaghetti guard, and right now it's rebuilding Cooler, Metal Cooler, which they'll have a big ally with them. Yeah, since Cooler is evil, however, since he too is part robot and metal, there's nothing that Bulma could reprogram it. Really, it's really that easy. After all, Bulma is the smartest person on Earth. She'll probably figure it out, and she did. Also gonna take a while, at least like days, for Cooler to actually be rebuilt as a full metal body person. Right now, the androids attack, which not only the Sea Fighters are ready to fight the androids, but the 5 robots from Namek. You know, the one in my thumbnail right now, behind Goku. Yeah, those robots. And right now, these first robots, they're really strong than canon. So they fight Android 19 and 20, and one of them with their nice cool abilities, preventing Dr. Jerome from leaving. However, he's able to escape like for normal. At this time, 19 was defeated by a few robots and Goku before Goku has the heart virus. Vegeta shows up, but he didn't get to show up Super Saiyan, at least for not yet. He will show it off. Instead of 19, it might be 18. Telling her haven't ever experienced fear, but the table had been flipped, and yeah, Vegeta's been destroyed by 18 as per normal. Along with Sea Fighters and the new robots, well, they've been destroyed. They blew up. They didn't much put up a good fight for them. Everyone has to retreat, which Goku will recover from the heart virus eventually. But not only that, Metal Cooler has also been fully repaired at the same time. Of course, this first Metal Cooler is 100% different. It's like a 180 he did, becoming evil to completely becoming a Captain Corp bodyguard really quickly. As I said, Bulma is a really smart person. She could probably easily reprogram the big sketty guard along with everyone else. Besides, the big sketty guard also has a database from Cooler, so Cooler is still in there. The real Cooler is dead, but at least the robots in there are still alive. Now, how powerful this Magic Cooler is, as I said, since the robots are stronger than canon, which means that Cooler might be stronger too. Stronger than Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan, like a lot of times. At least I put him around Super Saiyan Grade 3 to make that things less complicated. With Cooler's ripoff of Instant Transmission, he teleported where Goku's at, where Goku's always fully healed. Goku is surprised seeing Master Cooler there, which he is assuming that Bulma's programming actually worked. Magic Cooler still has some hatred in Goku, but as I said, he's 100% different, so which means that hatred completely go away into like friend mode, which just does weird Goku out, but still, at least they're good terms for now. Magic Cooler will still act like himself, but instead of like having evil intentions, it has good intentions, and its only goes to protect the planet Earth and Capsule Corp. Of course, he still has the memories of Magic Cooler and other Cooler he's raised, knows everything about himself, blah blah blah. So Goku still has the idea of using the Room of Spirit Time. At this time, he's going to take Gohan with him and Magic Cooler. Yeah, they might have less time in the Room of Spirit Time, but this time Vegeta boats him, saying he's going first with his son, future Trunks, which they allowed it. And the two went to the Type Chamber. Piccolo will still fight Android 17, but resulting letting Cell become his semi-perfect Cell. And this time, instead of Vegeta going to fight semi-perfect Cell, Magic Cooler decided he was going to jump into battle. Well, he can't, since Goku said that just let everything fix out. Eventually, Vegeta and Trunks arrived, saying that they will handle it. They allowed it, and that fight will also play out the same, leading Perfect Cell being born. And of course, Magic Cooler, Goku, and Gohan eventually leave the time chamber after Vegeta and Trunks defeated, saying that, Cell's gonna create the Cell games and stuff. Now, you might be thinking, does Magic Cooler still have the potential to become stronger? Well, I would say no, because for one, it doesn't seem like he's getting strong when he trains. In fact, we never seen him train before, and I'm assuming that he's actually a full robot instead of like the one that we saw in the movie, instead of his giant form. Now, this Magic Cooler, he's a full mechanical robot, so training won't work. He has to get it constantly upgraded by Bulma, which he does at least like 2 or 3 times, and he has to watch Goku, and Bulma has to watch Goku fight, and all other C fighters too, which he will upgrade Cooler. And Magic Cooler will still have those nanobots, like if his body parts broken, those small robots could fix back his parts. And because of that, he does get stronger by doing that, so. And that does succeed a lot in the movie. I could be wrong, but let's say he does in this what if. Eventually, the Cell Games arrives, and when Cell sees the Sea Fighters, he's surprised to see Frieza, but Magic Cooler bumps in, saying that he is not Frieza, his pathetic brother. He introduces himself as Cooler, Frieza's older brother. Cell is curious about Magic Cooler, or just call him Cooler instead of calling him Magic Cooler. I feel like we should call him Cooler instead, because it makes things a lot easier. And I keep saying Cooler, like, cause he is cool. Not gonna lie. So after Hercule is done embarrassing himself, Cooler steps in, he's gonna fight against Cell. Now Cell doesn't have like an infinity engine or stuff like that, but however, Magic Cooler does. Because in the movie, we don't see him get tired at all. And he was perfectly safe when they're fighting Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. So I'm assuming the same thing here. He's not stronger than Cell. At least he's equal to him in power. Not 100% of course. At least 75% of his power. He cannot beat Cell in full and strength, but at least he could wear him out. Which that what Cooler's doing. This person Cooler is actually more intelligent as well, because why not? Bulma wants to add a smart fighter. Cell does see his plan going quickly, and he decides that he's gonna have to use more power, which he does. And Mr. Cooler is doing well. His body parts being broken, but it does lead him to get stronger and stronger, which Cell does notice this. And he decides that he has to cheat. He's not going to play the rules anymore. He's getting really angry. He blows the Cell games and spread out a few Cell Juniors to attack the Sea Fighters. Metro Cooler decided he's going to use his full power as well. So he powers up, and the two clash once again. As I said before, Cooler's not stronger than Cell, but at least he has infinite energy. But he's still being tossed around. The Sea Fighters are doing bad. However, for Goku and Gohan, they're actually doing a lot better than the Cell Juniors. Because for one, they have Metal Cooler, which means that they're actually getting stronger, and they do get beaten around by Metal Cooler since he was already strong ahead when he first created. And it does give the two Saiyan Senkais in the time chamber of a few Senkais though. Which means that they're able to beat their Cell Juniors. Which did Goku and decided that he had to jump in the battle. He still wanted Gohan to fight, but Piccolo actually gave a speech saying that Gohan doesn't want to fight, and Gohan even tells his dad, which Goku knows his mistake, deciding that he's going to finish Cell off himself, since Cell is actually wanted him to fight him. So Goku and Metro Cooler actually team up, having that Goku and Frieza versus German vibes. They both decide to fight each other, which Cell is able to be overwhelmed, and they're able to finish Cell off with a Kamehameha and Cooler with a giant death beam, I guess. These two attacks combined, this completely infabulates Cell, completely killing him once and for all. As they use the Dragon Balls to revive everyone, which means that 17 and 18 are back. As for 16, well, he's alive in this timeline, that's good. Right now, Metro Cooler sees that Goku and Gohan are actually ahead of him, which Metro Cooler decided that he has to step up his game, which he will plan to surpass these two Saiyans, or he like to call it Monkey. Anyway, that will do it for now. I just made part 1 for now, just to see anyone is interested in it. If you are, then you could like the video. You don't have to. It's up to you. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.